Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be stripping down this classic Armstrong Siddeley. Unfortunately, this is going to be the parts car to repair another Armstrong Siddeley. And although the car looks fantastic, this one has got quite a few repairs in the past and it's got quite a lot of body filler. The other car is really straight and it's got a really good family history. So I'm not looking at it as we're destroying such a beautiful classic car. I'm looking at it as we are going to be restoring a better car to put back on the road for years to come. We'll jump back in time and you'll see these arriving on the low loader, and then we'll start getting the engine and gearbox and everything pulled out of this one. So guys, this is the next little project arriving. We've got two Armstrong Siddeley's. They're in for a bit of a restoration job. The front car was my friend's granddad's car and it's been sat 40 years and he's decided to get it running again. The back car is one he's bought for spares. I know it seems like sacrilege, but the back car has got quite a lot of body filler. It's not quite what you think when you first look at it, but it is a good running car, so we're going to use the parts to make that one go. We'll get them unloaded in a sec.
It's cracking and it's on the band. He's been in the shed for 4 months, not 3 or 4 months, not started, and we went straight to it and started like that. Straight on the band.
So I'll just give you guys a good look around this thing. It is a great looking car. Unfortunately, it's got, if you can see there, that's all full of body filler. It's got some parts of it that are going to need quite a bit of restoration. As you can see, it's been painted. The other car's still in its factory paint. Like I said, it's got a really good family history, the other car. And the parts are quite expensive to rebuild. I'll just get this bonnet open. So it's the most cost-effective option is this. So that's what we're pulling out. Straight 6, I think it says 2.4 litre. It runs like an absolute sewing machine. Oh, I'll just show you guys inside as well. Really cool. Centre of the steering wheel stays still. That's the indicator switch. Headlight high and low beam. 1953. Like I said, this is going to salvage a better car. This is going to make a better car back on the road. So, right, let's set the camera up and start taking this thing apart. I just thought before we pull it out, quickly fire it up one last time. It sounds like a sewing machine. What a lovely little engine. Don't want to run it too long, don't want to get too hot, but one last run in this shell into the next one. So that's the bonnet just popped off, and I've just taken out the little panel there that holds the bonnet down. The radiator core support bolts, I pulled them out and unbolted the radiator from underneath. So I'm just going to drain the coolant, and then we can get the wire in and the fuel lines disconnected and start getting it ready to pull the motor out. Exhaust got to come off, obviously. Let's get this coolant out, and then we'll get on with the next job. If this is going to be easy or hard, because the fittings broke off. Oh, it's turning pretty easy. The little handles broke off, so do it with the pair of pliers. So that's full flown out. Right, let's get the coolant out. I've got all the pipes and brackets undone. Let's see if we can get the radiator out. I've drained all the coolant, so it should just come straight out the top, all being well. Whoa, that's heavier than you think. So that's the grill out and the core support, the radiator support out across the front. The next thing is lift it up, I think, and take the exhaust off. But we've got one engine mount there, one there, one on this back corner, and one on the opposite side, back corner, right down there. I'm not sure if this has a gearbox mount or not, or if the gearbox comes out with the engine, etc. I think the next thing is put it on the ramp, pop the exhaust off, and have a look how this gearbox is attached to the engine. Start disconnecting the wiring, but we're quickly getting this thing disassembled. One thing to note on these old cars, same as my old tractor, it's positive earth. So if you're working on these, just be aware of that, because that can catch you out. Right, let's get it up in the air. Going up. Right guys, should we get the torch and show you around some of the issues on this old girl? As you can see, it's had a bit of repair. This side's not as bad. Some of the welding's a little bit suspect, shall we say, but it seems to have had sort of repairs all over. I mean, look at the age of the thing, it's 70 odd year old, but it wants repairing better than it is, because see, like, the chassis blowing apart there, look. It's had some really sort of not great repairs over the years. I mean, to save this car, I mean, some of those welds aren't even holding anything together, they're just there for show. It's repairable, salvageable, if you wanted to spend hundreds and hundreds of hours. The other car has no welding, it's absolutely lovely. So the best option is use the good parts of this one to repair the other one, and give us a really nice car at the end, because the other one's had no welding, no under seal, it's not been touched, it's just absolutely as it left the factory, apart from the engine seized up. Well, let's have a look where this exhaust runs. We've got 3 mounting bolts up there, and then it goes into this flexi section. Let's see if we can't get that off. So guys, I'm just about to pull the prop shaft off, and somebody's welded all the nuts. Didn't put split pins or use nylox, no, just MIG weld them all together. So might have to just cut some welds off before we can undo that. I'll try break them off first, but we'll see how we go. Well, it wasn't very tight. Let's see if the weld causes us any issue. Not really, no. I'm not sure if that weld would have actually stopped it coming undone anyway. Right, one down, 3 to go, then we'll get the front bolts out the prop shaft. Well, that was a pain in the butt to get apart. Someone's put the wrong bolts in. We've got a 17mm head and they're not prop shaft bolts either. So they were a right pain to get out. I don't even know how they got them in. You must have had to really force them in there. Well, we're not using them again anyway. Right, front prop shaft bolts, and then we'll get the prop off. Right, that's the split pins and the bolts out the front for. Prop shaft should just come off now. There we go. Yep. So I think it's going to be best to try and unbolt the gearbox, slide it off the bell housing, because it's got 1, 2, 3, looks like 5 bolts around it. This is going to the clutch pedal. So if you pull that off, unbolt the gearbox, we should be able to get the gearbox out and just leave us with that short stubby bell housing, because it's quite tight to that mounting and it's got to go, the sump goes round those 2 ball joints. So I think the best thing is box off, and then we can undo the engine mounts and lift the engine straight up without having to try and get the gearbox through this little tiny gap. If that makes sense. I've got all the gearbox unbolted and removed the clutch pedal from the side, and it's moving, so I'm going to try and remove it. I might just get my gearbox stand, because I'm not sure, it looks like cast iron, so I might just get the gearbox trolley just in case, because I don't know how much it actually is going to weigh. It might be okay. It might be really heavy. Oh, that doesn't really fit. Okay, well, we'll have it there as a precaution. Yes, it is fairly heavy. Right, let's go down. Right, I'll put this on the floor. Perfect. Well, we've got some silicone and bits and bobs in here, so this tells me this is not its first rodeo. We can get the engine mounts bolted now though, because I think we'll have enough clearance to get it out. So guys, we've got the gearbox wrestled out, and Storm, I think it's Storm Amy, is that's what you can hear. The rain's really terrible at the minute. I've got the few wires disconnected. There's 1 on the coil pack and 2 for the dynamo, and then just the starter wiring, 3 bolts and exhaust, and then there's 2 big engine mount bolts at the front and 2 at the back. I've unbolted the a bracket on one side, but I think we're ready to have a go at lifting the engine out. Oh, it's moving. It's really tight down that back corner, so I might have to get a bar just to pry the mounting bracket off. And keep wiggling. It's a very tight fit actually. See if we can get it to go forward a little bit. Might just have to bar the front of the engine up. I'll just get the other camera and show you what the issue is. It's very tight on the front of the sump. So let's get the camera underneath. I don't know if you can see, there's two ball joints and that's on the cutout in the sump. It's very, very tight, so I'm going to have to just try and see if I can lift the front of the engine fractionally more and get it over that hump. There's another earth strap, hidden one. Right, pull that off. I think we're good to get out. Right, let's see how we go. See how we go now. It's free. So guys, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it is raining like crazy. But that's the big empty hole now. The engine is down here. It looks like it's a bit wet in places. It's got a few oil leaks, so we'll address those while it's out, and we'll pull the bell housing off and just have a look at the clutch before we put it back in the next car. But yeah. I think that's a good afternoon. We've made a good start on this. Next thing I'm going to do is take all this wiring loom out, because this car's had a brand new wiring harness, and the wiring harness in the other car is like dust. As soon as you touch it, it just disintegrates. But it's yeah, don't know if you can see outside, but it's pretty miserable this afternoon. But yeah, good start on this old car, I think. So it's been a couple of days and the storm's blown over. We've got the workshop doors open, so it's time to push this car out, and we're going to push the other one in, and then I'll give you guys a good look around the other car. Well, let's get pushing. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. There we go. So guys, this is the other Armstrong Siddeley. It's still in its original paint. It's got the original pinstripe in. It's a lovely straight old car. The interior has been sent off. Neil's having that retrimmed. I think he's having a light restoration done on that, because obviously some of it's a bit bad with age. We're trying to keep as much of the original material as he can. This car is as it left the factory. There's a dent in this wheel arch. We're going to try to push that out. Yeah, lovely original car, nice patina. Let's get the bonnet popped up and I'll show you what the issues are. Oh, just check these lights out. Look at these. They're cool lights. Right, get the bonnet popped and I'll show you what the issue is. Somebody already started this restoration and it was just a bit too much for them, so that's why I've taken it on. There's the thermostat housing. You can't even see that for corrosion. This engine was seized solid. I've got it free and turning, but the costs of stripping this, having it all machined, would be more than the cost of buying that other car. So it was cheaper for Neil to buy that other car and get all these all the great parts off it. So next plan is remove the heater box, this engine, this front panel, and I'm going to take the wiring loom out, because the wiring in this car, see if I can get the camera down here, it's all gone really crispy through standing for so long. We don't run that wiring loom because we don't want to burn this car down, because the wiring is so old. But yeah, get the front end pulled out, core support out, grill out, engine out, heater box out. We're going to save all them good bits out the other car, put them in this one. Right, let's get doing it. So I've just popped the grill out, we've got the front engine mounts off, a few other bits and bobs, working my way through disconnecting everything. I'll just show you guys inside, because this one I managed to get the floor out. In the other car it's all welded in and pop rivets and tin foil, it's not very good. But this one we managed to get the floor out, which is great, because now I can remove the gearbox from the bell housing, take that off and make it a lot easier. We can get the chassis all cleaned up. Some of these brake hoses, I mean, look at these. They're just going to snap in your hands. So they'll need doing. And I'll show you the grill. Jade's been cleaning it up. I'll just go show you. So that's the front grill. That's how it was. And look at that. She's been cleaning it with 000 wire wool and white vinegar, and then a coat of polish. That looks absolutely fantastic. This car's going to look lovely. All the bright work, if it all comes up like that, it will look really nice. So there we are, the motor's out. I'll just, well, you can see, that's the thermostat housing, and that's the inside of the block. It is, it's not in a great state. Like I said as well, this engine was seized solid. I've managed to get it turning, but it's, yeah, it's going to need a lot of repair work. And it gave me a bit of a battle getting it out as well. This is the engine bay, obviously. It had been in there for 70 odd years and it decided it did not want to come out, but we got there with it in the end. Next task, I'm just going to pull this car outside and I'm going to steam clean all the engine bay out. I'm not worried about the wiring, obviously, because we're going to be replacing all that, but if I can get it nice and clean, it'll be a nicer place to work on, and it's ready for putting the other engine straight back in again. So guys, I've got the car pushed back inside. After a good steam clean, it got about 70 years of grime and muck from out the engine bay. It's a lot cleaner now, so we can see what we're doing. The engine's ready to go back in. I've just got to do a couple of little oil leaks on it before we put it back in and put the clutch. I think I'm going to use the clutch off the other engine because it looks better. Next job though, before we put that in, is just swap this wiring loom out, because I need to do that before we put the engine in. We're going to take the wiring loom out the other car, the new wiring loom, put it in this one. But thanks ever so much for watching. Next video will be putting that motor in and hopefully seeing if we can get this thing fired up and maybe even to move. I've got the rear diff oil seal to do and a few other bits, but then we can start working our way through putting an interior in it and some other jobs. I'm going to try and get these videos out a little bit quicker because we've got all these parts to do this car. So I'm going to try and get a video out a bit more promptly than I have been doing, and hopefully see you guys in the next one.